Glenn, outline your vision for USI for the academic year 2015-2016.
Well, from day one, I think we have to set the stall out early. There's an old proverb that I really subscribe to. It's called stop moaning and organise. I think that's a space that we're in now. The stakes are way too high for students and young people nationwide and for students' unions. So I suppose first and foremost it's about actually getting real and realising that the sector isn't regulated in the best interest of students or students' unions at the moment. So very straightforward. At SUT, the Students' Union Training event, we have to make sure that we have good focus on properly looking after our democratic structures and putting student issues back on a pedestal alongside student parties. Not to say we can't have our student parties as well, because after all, if it's not fun, it's not USI. And I genuinely believe that we can use events to show the social side of use the social side of the union to show what wider students' union services can be about. But ultimately, this is a year about making sure that demanding a better future on behalf of students goes further than just being on a placard. It's about a game changer. It's about realising that we actually have the potential to do this ourselves. And what I'm bringing to the table in this regard is absolute know-how of how student unions operate in college campuses and also in the wider higher education sector. Because the Higher Education Authority talks about this thing called institutional autonomy, which basically means that college authorities can rule the roost however they see fit. That usually ends up being bad for students and students' unions. I want to make sure that we challenge that dynamic. I want to make sure that we stand up. I want to advise students' union presidents how to navigate college authorities, how to bring things through the governing bodies and actually make sure that students are at the centre of everything happening on campus. That's not an easy job to do, and it absolutely requires the know-how to make sure that happens. I genuinely believe the next government may not necessarily be the best friends to students. Not to say this one has either, but I think we've got to make sure that coming into a next government that we don't know what it's going to look like. We have to make sure students are a force to be reckoned with. So as I said, it's about getting those fundamental building blocks right and making sure that students are a force to be reckoned with going forward.